Hello there, lovely. Welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News. The crypto weekend still pushing on through. Everybody seems to be bored out of their mind. Everyone on crypto Twitter is talking about ASTER, which is Binance CZ's response to HyperLiquid. What's going on there? We're going to speak about Andrew Tate. Has Soylana PumpFun, after reaching new lows, can it reach even lower lows? Yes, it can. What's going on there with the streaming? Well, we'll give you some hints, friends. Andrew Tate, someone gets arrested outside of his home carrying a gun, trying to pump a shitcoin for Soylana PumpFun. We're going to speak about MicroStrategy, Ethereum, a bit of Uncle Peter Schiff. We're even going to show you, unfortunately, the platform you're watching me on right now, Google McDougal, unfortunately revealing their cards, if you know what I mean. We're going to go through with the Charlie Kirk popping. So all of that coming your way, friends. And more we have seen. Remember last week we saw major loser power say we're going to cut rates and yada, yada, yada. This is the BTC. We're looking at the weekly candle here. It's $115,000. Waiting on for the business cycle to hurry up and thrust up. I think everybody's now really, we're coming down off what we thought was going to be glory for everything out here. This is the monthly chart. Nothing else really to change here. Everyone's starting to see everything just tastes a bit differently, friends. You thought you were eating cherries? No, you're actually eating a hairy pair of nuts. Very, very unfortunate. And they're sweaty too. Very, very unpleasant. So everyone's taking a second look now. For just I'm talking to you about the zeitgeist, okay? You know how our friend Ivan on Tech likes to capture the zeitgeist? I also want to capture you as my friend with his Pokeball, but just showing you what's actually the crowd feeling right now. I'm just summarize everything for you. So people are really waking up now. They're sick of Donald Trump and the US politicians. Really sick of them being loyal to Israel. Really, really, like the American population, they're really brewing, really bubbling up right now all over. Everyone's like, the memes, it's starting to go wild. It's really starting to heat up, right? Might be like a critical election issue later on, unless they roll another type of distraction, if you know what I mean, out here. So that's pretty much what's been happening out there. So we need the business cycle to push on forward, and the business cycle can only push on forward when people really they're optimistic about the future. So right now, if they're thinking about how corrupt the political system is, if they're thinking about how corrupt basically the steps were to get to where we are now, they're not feeling good at all, you know. So hopefully these things do get to change soon, but that's all we can really do, really just hope and cope. The racist Russell 2000 continues his racism out here. He closed below the all-time high, but after that was freaking, what a scam, bro. You went above the all-time high first. So hopefully racist Russell 2000 can continue to push on higher. Just want to show you what it used to do back in the past, friends. This was the previous Bitcoin halving back in 2020. So it used to just gap on through, it'd come on through, and it would just start grinding up. And then there you go. That's the business cycle continuing up higher. This is actually what it did before. It just gapped on through, just continues up and then sideways. This is pretty much a 2017 cycle. That's all you need. Just needed to pretty much expand the whole way. What we've had now, we've had an abomination. You see this? So we came here pretty much, it stopped at the end of last year, which was delayed already. It was meant to go up higher, didn't. It was delayed, came back, stopped, delayed again. So maybe this is finally going to be it. But what can we really do out here? We're just going to be in hoping and coping mode. We have the BTC dominance at 57 to 58%. There are a lot of friends. There's a lot of people trying to be like massively contrarian, saying, the cycle's over now. You're all too bullish. Nah, like friends, what they actually do, it's very tough, okay? You got to be here a lot, okay? A lot of these people, they'll find like three people excited on Twitter, and then they go, oh, that's a sign of euphoria. You guys are definitely going down by now. Totally wrong approach to do that. Firstly, crypto Twitter is full of survivor cockroaches. Literally, friends, you know when there's nuclear bombs that have gone off in a city and the cockroaches are still alive? Yes, so crypto Twitter, I know it's the front end of the curve. It's people who are literally here no matter what. They're always going to be here. They're always surviving. If they have money, it's ready to deploy, okay? So it's a different beast, okay? You can't look at it like that. What you've really got to do is look at general comments and polls from the mainstream crypto KOLs. That's what you have to do to get a real feeling of what the belly is getting a grip of right now. So for example, you look at crypto banter, for example, 99% negative. Everybody hates all pump and dumps. Like, they have zero faith in Rand delivering any value content at all. Like, just give you an example how myopic it is out here. If you go look at the Twink Brothers, Altcoin Daily, if you look at the comments, a lot of people depressed as well. Whenever Altcoin Daily, the Twink Brothers do a poll, for example, and they say, hey, which coin do you like the most? Soylana's always like the highest as well. Just showing events that people don't have Soylana and Bitcoin. People don't have any faith in anything else, pretty much. So we're going to have to change that. That's what markets do, right? They eventually go so far the other way, they make you ever forget that you will, or even daring to question it so far. Remember, Ethereum is now outside of the box of friendship, still going sideways. A lot of people are concerned that we're going to go down. I don't know, man. Hopefully October is going to be good. Been saying, friends, hopefully next month's going to be good. We've literally been saying that for like the past literally 4 years. Literally 4 years. It's been freaking such a long time. What can we do, man? Can't do much. This is the OTHERS-BTC chart. 3 green monthly candles in a row. Nothing to be concerned about. It's a good thing that we're just moving along that direction. It doesn't feel like it's good at all. What can we really do? I'll even show you the PulseChain core coins. Nothing to report on. Just dog shit again. Everything's just sliding around. Nothing to see, friends. Nothing to see. But yeah, let's crack on through with what we have on the news today. What's on the agenda? I would like to talk to you, but first, you deserve a bit of Pumpy G music. Oh yeah. The American people are waking up, man. I'm telling you right now. I can feel it. It's not even just feel it. I can see it. There's the amount of aggressive memes, man. People have had enough. Have really had enough. These politicians, man. Everyone's going over to Israel and their defense. Everyone in America knows. Everyone knows. Just everyone's waking up. They go, friends, there's a lot of perfect distraction whenever we start to ask questions. By the way, yesterday it was released. Donald Trump and Congress, they approved $6 billion to go to Israel again. That's just out of nowhere. Like, they're not go to go any other vote. Like, people are literally there. America has had enough. Literally had enough. See, friends, this is the thing. In the past, these atrocities to the population, they're always happening. Politicians are always doing this. However, they can only do this if the population is doing enough gains week to week, month to month with their jobs to justify it. Inflation's too high. They lied about the inflation. They lied about the jobs. With the stock market's just the top 7 companies dragging everything up. Okay? So, and you can see this by altcoins. Altcoins are still wrecked. Altcoins are like the real barometer. It's a real pure signal of alt season and business cycle stuff out there. It's still garbage. Most people just spinning their wheels. Most people, right? There's always going to be cherry-picked amazing people. Don't worry about these losers, okay? People who literally can't think outside of their box or can't step outside of their shoes, right? So that's what's been happening. So they're trying to get away. They're trying to get away with murder, literally. I mean, like real murder as well. And people just aren't taking it yet. They can't. The GDP, then they say the number's high. It doesn't feel high. You know what I mean? Something's up. And we could even see this. I've shown you the giant disconnect between the consumer sentiment and where, based off the past 100 years of data, where the consumer sentiment should be, based off where the bonds are, the yields are, and everything else out here. So basically, they found a way to scam everyone. Your purchasing power is lowered, but the data doesn't say that it's lowered. That's pretty much what's been happening. And friends, where does it all come down to? Surprise, surprise. It's come down to the money supply. This is it, friends. It's literally the amount of money printing they've done, the amount of scamming they've done, all right? They're lying to everyone. We know they're lying. The government's lying. They're lying about Charlie Kirk. They're lying about the zombie virus. They're lying about the jobs, lying about the economy. They lie. And people, look, man, just everybody keeps continuing to slide back. Let's crack on with some crypto stuff. We have all of crypto Twitter right now. They're currently speaking euphorically about Binance CZ's new HyperLiquid competitor called ASTER. Ticker is ASTER. The open interest borrowing rate is very high, meaning lots of people are leveraged long. So friends, if you'll allow me to keep it very family friendly, we'll just go to HyperLiquid right now. And let's actually type in ASTER. Big fat juicy ass. Here we go. So here we are. Let's put on a 1 hour chart just so we can see. Yeah, so pretty much went up only from CZ tweeting about it. He only had like 45 minutes or an hour. I didn't even see his tweet or whatever. So pretty much it's going up here. You can see that there's enormous funding rate. Annualized, this funding rate is 2,000%. You see at the top right here, friends, you see where my mouse cursor is. See how it says 0.22% per hour? Like, it's ridiculous. Or it's literally a 2,000% APY. That's showing you there's an extreme amount of leveraged longs because people are willing to pay 2,000% annualized yield just to be long. Now, these things don't last forever. What ends up happening is people got to close their positions out, or when you have the first big shakeout and stuff. But just showing you that it's gone up only. And there might be some like shock move that kind of like pretty much scares everything out here. But yeah, that's what everyone could see this, right? HyperLiquid's now getting competition coming in. So what's actually going to happen is the market cap. So even though it's growing heaps, but the market cap, you're going to see what happened with Nvidia, where China releases their AI and then Nvidia has a 10% sell-off immediately because there's only a certain amount of market cap to be given for everything. So when more competition comes in, they start diluting it away. It's kind of like shitcoins being minted over and over again. But if I go and look at HyperLiquid hasn't been affected much at all. I guess the market's still very confident. It's only like down 7%. This is absolutely nothing. We check it on the daily. HyperLiquid's still an absolute beast. If you just check all this stuff out here. Very, very, very big. Very big stuff. HyperLiquid hanging around up here. But yeah, man, a lot of these people as well, you got to buy and burn utility. People just want to play that. I guess it's nice once you find something popular. That's a good thing, right? HyperLiquid, it's mainstream, but you've got a buy and burn that's like forcing the price up, which is good. Now, it gets harder and harder to force it up as the price goes up, but that's a good thing. Like, if you find, that's why with the stock market, you know, everyone's like, some people always ask me as well sometimes, like, but the S&P 500, how does it keep going up if everyone's always bullish on it and stuff? But you're gonna understand, the S&P 500, these are the winning companies and they're generating profit, right? So the meme of people in stock market is people think they're actually entitled to their cash flow, which they're not. I'll speak a bit more about Google, how you're not entitled to shit, really. But what they think is they think they are. So pretty much these companies, they're basically making cash flow, and they can even do buybacks and stuff on their own stocks. So if you're gonna find anything popular, you better buy into the thing that's making money, right? And that's the tough part when it comes to, say, crypto, because things can be making money today. Doesn't mean they survive a full bear market. That's actually what happens every time. Everything drops 90 to 95% of volume. There's a total reset. And then there's new themes and new companies and stuff that come out in the future. They just invigorate stuff. They add features. You know, like, you never know, friends, in the next bear market, wherever HyperLiquid tops out, it has the 90% drop or whatever. And then the volume, everything drops down 95%. And then someone comes out fresh in the next cycle and they go, oh, HyperLiquid's market cap's 30 billion. I wonder if I can take like 20% of that. That's a $6 billion cash out for me. So I'm going to like add HyperLiquid, but we'll make it a bit faster, a bit sexier. It's going to have stocks. I'm going to get some ICO deals from people out here. We're just going to improve on it. And it just makes it harder and harder, right? So that's the whole thing about crypto. Everybody's constantly, it's hyper competition because everything's on the internet, and there's no laws. Like, you know, friends, if you have a, there's no geographical boundaries. Like, you have businesses out there in the world. Like, if you have a pizza shop you're in the middle of New York, someone can have an amazing pizza shop, but if they're literally in Shanghai, China, they're not competing with you. You see what I mean? So that's what makes it completely different as well. With crypto, it's just, there's no geographical boundaries out here, just straight digital. So you have to like basically cater to the meme cult religion archetype. You got to get people to really believe and love and never want to give up on their thing. But also, there has to be improvement. You know what I mean? Unless the community wants to just, you have to turn yourself into a religion. That's what makes it tough, right? We're all figuring this out as this time goes on, you know? Andrew Tate as well, friends. So Andrew Tate. So Soylana PumpFun hits a new low. So a couple has been arrested. I'll just show you the picture right here. Right here, friends. So Andrew Tate, he makes a tweet. He says, there is a man with a gun outside my house. That's what Andrew Tate, and remember, Andrew Tate is in PulseChain, friends. Just a friendly reminder, he's actually in PulseChain. Yes, it was farming on the PulseX yield farm. He sacrificed. So he says, here's Andrew Tate out here. He said there's a man outside the gun. So thank you to Mr. This Gentleman. I found this post here. Look at this. So I'll just show you who they are. It's a BB gun, and they are streaming live. I just tweeted out what happened. PumpFun needs to do better. So another case of capital creator markets. A Romanian couple made a PumpFun coin to stalk the Tate brothers outside their house. The Tate security team folded them and smashed their phones, I believe. Being questioned by police. Faked having a gun. So their stream basically is taken off. We actually have a video of this as well, of them basically being taken out. Here are all the cops and everything come here. Tate News. Romanian police have reportedly disarmed and neutralized the armed gunman at Andrew Tate's home, according to sources. So, wow, there you go. Ah, man, that's wild. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse, huh, Mr. Master Friend? It was just a prank. Have a good day. That's wonderful to see. Also, thank you to my friend here. Good morning. Soybeans and BB guns. What a time to be alive. So, Also, what's this person say about the ice cream cabal? I wonder if the creator of PumpFun is in the ice cream cabal, referring to Israel. And yes, just to let you know, friends, yes, it not making it up. It is true. Yes, so Elon is ice cream heritage. And that's why he had Elon has a famous tweet where he goes, it's actually really funny. At the top of PumpFun Token, he goes, F it, Jew mode. He goes, truck it, Jew mode. It's just funny how everyone just plays on this stuff, man. It's gold that these things just live here. But yeah, it's the amazing experience we get on Twitter Roonies stuff. That's why I bring you the latest information. Bringing you more stuff, friends. So obviously, of course, by the way, that couple. Remember, friends, there were last year. Look, friends, I'm I'm like a purist when it comes to free speech and stuff. But I just think, we should have people like me with fluffy microphones just telling people, hey, it's okay for you to do this. I'm just telling you, like, you have a choice. I'm just telling you this is what's going on, right? And just to let you know, like last year, PumpFun, when they introduced their streaming, this would make. If there are women in the room, they're going to cry. I'm just warning you, okay? If you have any ladies in the room, just be careful. I'm just about to tell you. So, last year there were parents, okay? They had their very, very young toddler, maybe 2 or 3 year old son or daughter, and they'd hit their daughter, right? Hit their daughter or their son, and then they'd say, like, give us money or we'll hit them again. And so, yeah, and they were doing it for the tiniest amount of money. It was like, they were only trying to make like 5 or 10,000, like 10,000. And then so people would buy the coin, and yeah, they were doing that. So these types of, I don't know where these people come from. I can't call them people. You know what I mean? We can't call them people. They're oxygen thieves. Just, curse the womb that brought these filthy subhuman trash into the world. But that's the type of world we invite, I guess, when you're attaching a token and network effects and you got a camera, because people don't have any talents or gifts to share with the world. Instead, they share satanic stuff. They're like, hey, I can get your attention, but then it wavers off, right? So that was actually one of those things, friends. That's one of the reasons why they did an emergency pull of the video. But now look what's happening. Oh, let's bring a gun to Andrew Tate's house. So now everyone's trying to walk the line. Have you noticed? They're trying to walk the line. So they go, okay, I guess we can't harm children on camera because, they might just shut down the whole video service, call the authorities. So, let's bring a gun kind of outside. Let's just, you know what I mean, friends? And just to let you know, okay, this is not entertainment for the world, even though it looks like it. It's just entertainment for people in the homoerotic Soylana, what they call the trenches, which is losing people, is bleeding people out, and they're constantly trying to reinvent themselves to try to get people into the trenches to try come in. Now, you can get people's attention, but getting people's attention and then they still haven't solved how do they get people to buy a token, get into crypto, and participate and like using the token. Totally different, because people keep changing their minds in 2 seconds. So I'll see how all that plays out. I guess it's developing out here. I guess, let's say topical conversation. Let's go check out the PumpFun token. I always like to look at the PumpFun token just as like a reflection, maybe of or a proxy of what's been happening on Soylana with this out here. So remember, they did $100 million of buybacks announced here. Friends, you gotta imagine, man. Friends, what happens if this thing comes back down here? And I'm literally be saying, guys, you just literally wasted $100 million to move it up, and you just got dumped down. You literally got extracted out. You blew $100 million. That's why, friends, when it comes to buybacks, you got to be careful, because it's like, I know everyone in PulseChain just wants buybacks to happen right now, but your goal is to get as many people out first, man. Otherwise, you just get, look, you'll see what happens with PumpFun. Maybe it drifts down in the future. I don't know. Hope these things like kind of crank up harder. But yeah, that's what makes it very, very tough, because we don't have too many examples to do this, and you got to, thread the needle, if you know what I mean. MicroStrategy now holds 63% of all Bitcoin held in Bitcoin treasuries. So MicroStrategy, here we go. We have Michael Chad Saylor out here. Here he is in his cute wizard hat. MicroStrategy, 63% of all the Bitcoin in the Bitcoin treasuries. That's why if there's any crack with MicroStrategy, there's going to be massive FUD on it. Massive, friends. Absolutely massive. Huge FUD. Because remember, they've got, 650,000 Bitcoin. They're going to try to get to 700 or 800,000. You got to imagine, friends, like the bid of Bitcoin, there's only like 30,000 on offer at any moment. So if 100,000 of their, let's say Michael Saylor does accumulate 700,000 or something, even if just 100,000 of that is like in question, that's huge, huge, especially with higher prices, right? Remember, their MNAV was like 1.3. We got to wait, I guess, for boomer markets to open up during the week, and then so we'll see how it all plays out. But you can tell that the demand for Bitcoin, friends, is wearing out. It's really wearing out. So everybody's a Bitcoin maxi. They think they're just going to get the massive parabolic blow off, and they're just going to sell, and they're going to retire. And I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's a different crowd, bro. Just people, they're not as dumb as you think. Okay, people who keep trying to use the past to measure today, if you keep trying to use it too much, you fall into traps. We'll see. Ethereum now has cumulative DEX volume trading done $3.5 trillion total in its lifetime. And here I'm telling you, so friends, you know Uniswap. Remember Uniswap? Just great technology, terrible company, terrible waste of talent, waste of everything. If they weren't such scum soy boys, they were just woke lefties. Friends, Uniswap, the market cap of Uniswap right now, let me just show you where this piece of trash, let's see where Uniswap is. It's only 5 billion market cap here. Okay, I calculated, because in their code, they have a code in their code. It's 0.05%. It's a fee switch. So they can activate if they want a buy and burn or something out here. They can do that, yeah? But they never activated it in 5 years. They just left it because they're just scum. They're just complete scum. It reminds me of like this socialist, communist. I don't know why, just complete scum. And by the way, if you're a noticer, yes, basically most of Uniswap labs are, if you care to notice, and there is an ex-BlackRock manager that she's the chick out. It's just deep state operation, Uniswap. They never turned on the buy and burn at all. If they did, instead of having 5.5 billion market cap, do you want to know what they'd have now? 100 billion. Yeah, they'd be next to Tether. Yeah, because they've had, friends, over 2 trillion volume just go off on Uniswap alone. You can actually do 0.05% times 2 trillion, thousand, million, billion, trillion. My God, friends, you have $1 billion of buy and burn that's been forced up. $1 billion over the lifetime. And like, oh my gosh, and how many people would be holding it? It's like it would be the OG HyperLiquid, but what a waste. It's total waste, friends. That's why we have, when Richard Hart made PulseX, he's like, you know what? We're going to give something for the people, by the people. Oh, yeah. Sharp Stink, friends, is only 16% away from achieving their Ethereum target. So remember, Sharp Stink, they're the MicroStrategy of Ethereum as well. Like next to Tom Lee, crowd favorite. Here they have 838,000 Ethereum. They're going to probably keep accumulating it. And what are they going to do? Maybe stake it, maybe sell off the yield, use their SBET thing, whatever. I just want higher prices, and so do you. Friendly reminder, friends. In 2017, Uncle Peter Schiff said Bitcoin was going to $0. Today, it's $115,000. So Uncle Peter Schiff, remember, he's become a massive meme because just a friendly reminder, friends. So yeah. So friends, I could slice Uncle Peter Schiff in a debate in 5 seconds because I wanted to know, why is he so convicted? Why? Because I know what I'm about to tell you, no one in crypto has ever said to Uncle Peter Schiff, but like they've said everything pretty much to him. They just never said this. Uncle Peter Schiff, the fundamental reason why he holds his views is gold is an analog network effect. It has 10% of its monetary value in utility. So in Uncle Peter Schiff's mind, he cares about that insurance. He cares about if the world goes to shit, you have the utility of gold and you could still use that. Okay, that's how Uncle Peter Schiff measure it. But that would, friends, that would literally be like the fact that, let's use an example where, let's say there's a city in Africa and it's next to a river. And then let's say there's another city where it's Dubai. Let's say Dubai literally don't even have a river. Let's just say they get let's say they get shipments of bottled water for everyone. Just giving an example. I guess in Uncle Peter Schiff's mind, he says, look, one day there'll be a tsunami or tornado or a dust storm, and then you can't get your water supply in Dubai. So therefore the city's worth $0. He goes, and the city in Africa, because you live next to, because this little village, even though it's poor, you live next to a river, you are worth everything. So that's why I'm always going, that's pretty much in his mind. He gives zero value to digital network effects. He gives all the value to analog network effects. And that's pretty much what everyone's been arguing about. And that's why he's going to keep arguing about it for forever, because he gives zero value to digital network effects. Zero. He's a boomer. Of course he's a boomer. You know what I mean? So in his mind, he's like, yeah, we got the gold. You know, you trade 3 bars of gold for a Pokeball. That's how we used to do the ratios. It's straight boomer, friends. It's literally just this, that's the whole game. It's kind of like as well, friends. Like, okay, one kid can do mathematics in his head, and he knows how to do, you know, maybe he can write all the, you know, the addition, multiplication. He can write it by pen and paper, but the other kid can only use a calculator. But the kid that can only use a calculator, you know, maybe he's got like 200 IQ. But the kid who can write and actually do all the numbers, maybe he's got 100 IQ. So Uncle Peter Schiff's like, oh, I never want that 200 IQ kid. I'm going to discount the fact, you know what I mean? So it's just, you're taking one element and you're basically blowing it out of proportion. But some people might say because you have a financial interest to do it because he sells gold. And there you go, friends. That's pretty much what it comes down to. He'll never, ever see the other side. That's it. Bitcoin's price can go up high as much as it wants. He's never going to give any value to it. Friends, it's the same thing with us, friends. So, for example, like Taylor Swift, for example. Yeah, Taylor Swift, one of the most popular, she's still popular, I don't know, most popular, you know, like music artists in the world. But if you're from the Bronx and you grew up listening to Tupac and Biggie, and you're listening to rappers now, it doesn't matter how popular Taylor Swift gets. You're literally never going to listen to her on the radio. That's it. She's never, her vocal airwaves are never going to enter your apartment. You see what I mean? This is how the game works, right? Especially when it comes to money. But that's why everybody keeps saying, but Peter, Uncle Petey, the world is choosing. The market is choosing. It's like, no, he's choosing yourself into a bigger scam. So it's kind of funny. Cointelegraph, friends. So Cointelegraph, what have they been doing? Cointelegraph, they have continued again to do euphoric bull posting for Soylana every day. Every day I'm just watching. And they're still doing it, friends. I've been covering that for you for like 2.5 months now. They're just straight, always soy beans, soy milk, soy everywhere. Now they're even bringing random quotes from their head of product marketing. Come on, it's Cointelegraph, bro. No one knows who the hell the Soylana head of product marketing is. You know, we have no idea. We have no idea who he. No one knows who he is, and basically the quotes that they're showing is basically, let me paraphrase: "We have room to grow." Thank you very much. Wow, like it's just a sign that the retailers are still max long on Bitcoin and soy. So it's not gonna last forever, man. Nothing lasts forever. You know that. Grayscale has filed for an S1 to convert its Dogecoin trust into an ETF. G-Dog. Grayscale are subhuman filth trash as well. They betray the crypto industry. They were the ones contributing to the, I guess, the pain of the bear market of 2022 because they're trash trust, and then just being net dumping. They net dumped the freaking Ethereum, so no one cares about them. They can go suck a fat one. Speaking of sucking a fat one, see, friends, YouTube's on Google, but I'm going to show you something. YouTube have been caught lying today. Very nasty. So, YouTube, look at this, friends. See how this lady, Melissa Hortman, this word, nated. Do you see that? I can't say that word too much because Google doesn't like the word, if you know what I mean. Friends, it's very interesting as well because I'm just going to go and say, friends, I've got to say, it's weird. The word assassination here, okay, the Israel Mossad have the world's longest list of political assassinations. They've done it since like 1950s. They have like a long list. I even have a meme video here. Let me show you. So maybe I'll show it to you a bit later. But they have like a long list. Let me just quickly show you on the Wikipedia page. Just so, friends, like, I'm about to show. This is actually real. I want to show you. I can't believe this. Okay, and Wikipedia is curated trash as well, friends. This is their assassinations. We're still going, friends. All of these political ass. See that? So like, it's a caricature joke of itself, right? So I just find it strange that YouTube, they're like, oh no, you can't say that word. Why? Who are you defending? But look at this, friends. So, see how she was assassinated? Look what they wrote for Charlie Kirk. Died. What? Assassinated died. And so if you do a bit of digging, I don't know if you guys know, friends, like I've just written it here. So if you get to read it here, yeah, the founders of Google, friends, straight friends, the founders of Google, one of them is literally his grandparents, Israeli immigrants, right? So, and look, they control most of Google. So it's just, it makes you question, you know what I mean? Like all of this stuff, it makes you ask a few questions. That's what I'm saying. And as well, friends, they've been caught lying. So this is starting to go viral right now, like immediately. They're already trying to rewrite history and brainwash everyone. They're in panic mode. So Charlie Kirk's death, political ass nation as well. And I wrote deep state Google not helping any stereotypes here, as their founders are from Israeli heritage as well. So there is common knowledge. Everyone knows that as well. So like, we're noticing a few things. We're noticing a few things, but you're not doing yourselves any favors here. Speaking of stuff we're noticing, the fancy banana investigators have been caught lying. So if you remember, friends, there's a video here. So someone, I think this is George Webb. I remember him. George Webb, investigative journalist, went to the actual Charlie Kirk, the arena where he was popped, which is also very suspicious. Friends, we're not stupid, okay? George Zinn is a literal Ashkenazi Jew. He's a literal typical foreign intel spy. He literally ran out and said, I'm the shooter. Shoot me. He said that. And then in the freaking newspaper report, the news article after, he literally said, I was distracting for the shooter. Who says, bro, he literally is telling everyone. Everyone's like, no, he didn't say. He did say that. I was actually distracted. He actually said I was distracted. And everyone's like, oh, God, no, it's probably this trans rage. Come on, how stupid are you? By the way, people go there. Also, I want to show you as well. Candace Owens as well. Candace Owens, friends, she got shown there's a guy. He won't send her the video, but he showed her the video. He got the tape right behind Charlie. And she's begging him, please send it to me. He only streamed it quickly. Okay, he streamed it, but he won't send it to her, which is very suspicious. I think she's trying to convince him to do it. He says, no, I trust the FBI. Oh my gosh, how stupid are you, bro? Anyway, she watched the video. Guess what? There was no bullet so it's behind Charlie. It's behind Charlie. The official narrative from the lying FBI was that he got shot from the front. Okay, there is no bullet that enters the back. Nothing. Which means total lie. There was nothing. He was shot from the right. He was shot from here. So what I'm about to show you, this is the steps. So this person is filming on the steps. And we've all seen this video. There's a muzzle flash here. Now, I'm not sure. Some people have said they've debunked the muzzle flash, but we're not actually sure with this. So there's a little muzzle flash that goes off on that exact area. See here, there's a little muzzle flash in that red circle. Watch. See that little muzzle flash? You can actually see it. It actually comes down very quick. There you go. Right here. With that tiny little muzzle flash that actually goes... But we don't know if that's a camera. I don't know. But look, there's plenty of holes, right? Plenty of holes. Holes in Charlie's neck. Holes in the story. We know the FBI's lying, right? The FBI's lying. Just like they lied about... Friends, Elon Musk literally came out and said, Donald Trump, the reason why he doesn't want to release Epstein files is because he's on there. And then Trump... He literally just didn't say a single word about it ever again. That was like, friends, whenever anybody drops a bomb about Donald Trump, he always retaliates. He says, that person, trash company, their media is boring, no one watches them, they're not relevant anymore. He always says and defends that. And he goes, oh, radical left, radical. He always says that, right? But when it came to that, he just literally went... He said nothing. So we all know Israel's got dirt on him. We all know. So the woke right wants you to believe that it's all trans femboys that are ruining this world. But every day we find more proof the whole government is lying and compromised scum. The American people will fight back. Charlie Kirk's ass nation was deep state and foreign intel. So one of the tough things that people have to wrestle with is the fact that the fancy banana investigators and the Coconut Intelligence Agency and Mossad, they're all deep state, friends. That's what people are finding a hard time to swallow. They're like, no. It's just the international dudes. No, it's not, dude. Sorry. It's not just the international dudes. What? Like, it's funny. Like, do you honestly think there are like these, like, do you honestly think there's like these 15 people working at their head office and they're like watching this guy on Twitter saying, oh my gosh, hey, we have started to notice there's foreign intel motives that might have taken Charlie. Please listen. Do you honestly think these 15 people, they're like, oh, it never occurred to us? No, friends, they're in on it, man. They're in on it. They get told the information, they send it, and then they don't hear back from their superior because their superior is compromised, or the superior knows if I do anything, it's all over. Or the superiors only get hired because they're insiders themselves, if you know what I mean. That's how it works, okay? It's a trail of feedback. Not everyone's talking to each other. It's not like this customer support. Hey, what did you find today? It's not like this. That's how it works. Where they send information one way and it never comes back. That's it. And if you talk, you get fired. You're out. Right? That's what it just keeps going up and up and they do nothing with it. Right? So it's no stranger for us to notice this lying, all these fabrications. They lie about the money supply, they lie about the inflation, lie about the economy, lie about zombie virus, third Jenga tower fell, lie. We all know they're lying, friends. But what can we actually do? Well, friend, look, God bless those people who really want to go out and picket fence riot. Like, God bless you. I'm just telling you now, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time. We've already awakened, okay? But now you have to act. How do you act? You go to start killing people? No, you can't do anything, man. How we act is we go, well, guess what? We in cryptocurrency land, we actually built a financial system without admin keys. We built a system with decentralization. We built a system with public, transparent ledger activity so you can see all the money moving around. We actually built that system, right? We're actually going to have a stable coin that ping pongs. We can't turn that off either. So we've basically built a city where kind of like disable your guns. Everybody gets weapons disabled. It's pretty cool, right? So it's much easier to do that, friends. It literally, it's the metaphorical equivalent of burn it all down and start again. Do you ever see that, friends? You ever seen those memes where someone has like a big spider's nest web in their home and everyone's always got that? Just literally burn the whole house down with a giant flamethrower and just move on. Yes, that's what crypto literally is. Okay, we built a system. It's a peaceful protest. People in crypto, we're not coming out for blood. Be like, oh, take out that guy. That is low IQ, retardio thinking. To think that you're a special snowflake. Oh, if we just get rid of this trans dude with his blue and purple hair, then there's going to be no more problems. No, you idiot. There's going to be another politically motivated solution for someone else later on, a different race. Remember, friends, we went from hating, were we meant to hate Chinese people? We hated Chinese people, then Indians, then we're hating Iranian people. Then we started hating, yeah, everyone's like, oh, it's all black people. Now it was white people. It originally started with the white people, hate white people. What are you moving on to now? You see what I mean? It's like, now hating trans people. You see what I mean? It's just hating everyone. You get nowhere. They keep changing what it is, right? They throw a label on you. They put it in the media, which is paid for by the printed money as well. Sad day to discover that. And then they get you to hate that as well. They paint all these people out here. So that's why we built crypto. That's why crypto fans, when I see crypto, I don't just see this $4 trillion number. I think, man, look at the value here. It's so much value in this city, this global digital city. That's why we're headed to 10 trillion. Okay, so remember, my message for everyone is like, we don't go around, we don't hate other people, we never hate. You understand? Like, we're humans. Humans. You give humans power, they do this every single time, man. They kill people, they filter people, right? They change stuff, they rewrite history. You give people power, they do that. We'll go, hey, let's build a system where you don't even have power to do that in the first place. Like, subscribe, Billy Button, all. Catch you in the next one.